In a small bustling town where the line between dreams and reality often blurred, lived a girl named Udoka. She was a student at a renowned secondary school, known for her charm, elegance, and an aura of sophistication that drew admiration from all who knew her. Behind her perfectly curated appearance, however, lay a secret, a fragile world she had worked tirelessly to construct piece by piece. Udoka's family was poor and every day was a struggle. Her parents worked endlessly on a small farm in a rural village miles away. Yet, driven by a deep-seated desire to be accepted and respected, Udoka crafted an image of herself as someone from a wealthy background. She would tell her friends stories of vacations abroad, lavish gifts from her parents, and exclusive experiences they couldn't imagine. None of her friends had ever seen her home, nor had her parents attended any school meetings, and so there was no one to disprove her stories. With her physical features maturing quickly due to early relationships, she found herself gaining attention from older men, many of whom mistook her for someone much older. Seeing an opportunity, Udoka allowed them to believe she was from a high-class background. In return, they would drive her to school in fancy cars, buy her meals, and shower her with gifts like the latest phone and perfumes. Her classmates looked on in awe as she was dropped off each morning in a different car, always seeming to have something new and luxurious. Despite the allure of her invented life, every holiday, Udoka returned to her true reality, a life spent working in the fields under the scorching sun, trying to help her parents make ends meet. She would arrive back at school thinner and weary, spinning stories about time spent abroad, where the lack of familiar food had left her longing for African dishes. Her friends believed every word, their admiration for her growing with each fabricated tale. As her final exams approached, Udoka was confronted with an unimaginable reality. She was pregnant. Panic surged through her as the gravity of her situation became clear. She had no idea who the father could be. Her academic future was in jeopardy, and the risk of expulsion loomed large if the school discovered her secret. Most of all, she feared the shame she would feel if her friends realized the truth. Desperate, she devised a plan. She asked the men she dated for money, claiming it was for school expenses, and gathered enough to pay a local doctor who operated in a hidden unsanitary clinic. When the procedure was over, her body was weak, yet she tried to make her way home, hoping no one would ever know. But as she walked along the dusty path back to her family, her strength faded, and in the stillness of the afternoon, she collapsed, losing her life before reaching her doorstep. News of her death rippled through the school, leaving her classmates shocked and devastated. On the day of her funeral, her friends arrived at her home for the first time, astonished to see the run-down, crumbling house and her parents dressed in humble, worn-out clothes. They looked around in disbelief, realizing the truth. The girl they had envied for so long had been living a life of struggle and sacrifice far greater than they could have imagined. The wealth, the lifestyle, The stories, none of it had been real. As they mourned, her friends understood the harsh lesson Udoka's life had left behind. Beneath the layers of envy and admiration, they saw the pain of someone who had lost herself in the pursuit of a false identity, only to find loneliness and tragedy in the end. In her memory, they made a silent promise to be more compassionate, more accepting, and to look beyond appearances, remembering the girl who taught them that true words can never be bought.
Senna, bringing you amazing life stories. Stay tuned.